What's going on, people? It's your boy Rasta, Africa King, and Alcovin AN Sports. And
Hey,
this is something new. This is something different that we're trying out here. And I mean, the name of today's show is From the Stands Podcast. You get what I'm saying, man? Them. So, King, to start off with you, bro. I know you're a happy camper. I know you're a happy camper, man. Chelsea won yesterday, although the match was delayed for like 2 hours, right?
hmm Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to me, bro. How you feel about that?
How do I feel?
Mm-hmm.
When you feel happy because you're through, but you feel pissed off because of what happened in the game.
Yes.
Um, I want to go into a lot of details of it, but let me see. Because I was doing a watch along for it up until the point that it got postponed,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna just stay for the whatever how many other time they're gonna postpone the game. What,
Mm-hmm.
what annoys me is in the initial 85 that they took so long. This is the thing. I like the presentation. It's cool, but if you're gonna do the presentation, have it done earlier so that the game kicks off on time, and also have the halftime stuff be a bit quicker as well because they take so long for you to like line up all the extra smoke, all the extra stuff, and then even after that, all the extra stuff they did for the halftime. By the time the game is in the 85th minute and they postpone it, the game should have been finished by then.
Mm-hmm.
The game
Mm-hmm.
should have been finished. And imagine if you're a fan in that stadium, you're thinking 5 more minutes, maybe 10 more minutes, I get to go home. If I win or lose, I'm gone, right? 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
2 hours. So what are these people doing for these 2 hours? Especially if they've got other stuff to do, or if they live far away, or whatever's happening in terms of their personal lives. Are they staying for the game? No. First of all, the stadium was empty to begin with. No shock. It was
Mm-hmm.
half empty to begin with. It looked like a preseason game. I swear down. And even preseasons get more packed than that.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Preseason too. That's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So for me, um, America was the worst choice for this tournament. Not only this isn't the only game that's been postponed. There's been multiple games been postponed. When I've been trying to watch this show, watch the games, there'll be times where a game gets postponed, and I'm like, okay, cool. Uh, the next game, and then the next game's about to start because it's the group stage. But at this
Mm-hmm.
point, it took so long, I conked out. And you know what? I was lucky
Couldn't
to even
blame
get
you.
back up for the extra time. I'll be honest.
Mm.
And for me, in terms of the first 85 minutes, I would say this: Chelsea for me were the same team I've seen for the last 3 seasons. All the chances in the world, all the possession in the world, the better team by far. But we didn't
Could have
take
won
any
the
of our
game.
chances.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't take any of our chances. And
Mm.
then what pissed me off is in the 80th minute that the moment the first changes he made was to go to five at the back, which made no sense to me because you take off our only outlet in Liam Delap. And then you put five at the back with Gusto. You don't put a centre back in the five at the back. You put a right back. And at that point, that don't make sense to me because that's the kind of tactics you do when you're in the 90th minute. You go five at the back in the 90th minute, then cool. I get it. I understand because you're 1-0 up, and we're not the best defensive team anyway.
Of
So
course.
what we should have done in the last 10 minutes is just kept the ball, retained the ball, and tried to go for the second.
Mm.
If we went 2-0 up, then put five at the back, then go defensive, because then you've got that little gap. Benfica ain't going to do anything. They've been poor for most of the game anyway. Is what it is. But then the game gets postponed, and I close my thing because I'm not trying to wait an hour or 2 hours or whatever. I don't know if you watch the UFC, but Ilya Turopula is different. Oh yeah, he's cold. Is he the one that does the shoey? That's the guy that does the shoey, I think. If I'm
Mm.
correct. Let me know, Kai. Is he the one that does the shoey? But yeah, as I was saying,
All right, bless up Kai, bless up Marv Base. By the way, bless up man them in the chat. Bless up, bless up. All right.
yeah. Oh, bless up my base. He was in the watch along
My
as well.
boss.
My
Mm-hmm.
boss, my boss.
My boss,
Yeah,
sorry, my boss, sorry,
yeah.
my boss. I'm
It's the
doing
O.
things.
Oh, it's not May, people. Yes, it's a vowel, but it's not. It's not an A. It's
I
an O.
know. My boss. Bless up my boss. Bless up.
I'm gonna lie because my bass sounds so similar, but yeah,
Yeah.
as I was, so yeah, 80th minute,
Hala
Yep.
Madrid. Hala Madrid.
Big
knocked
up
out
to you.
Shakira in the first round. Mad, mad thing,
Didn't you get
mad thing.
Damn, seriously?
First
KO.
round knockout.
KO.
Oh, I need to watch that. I need
Okay,
to
I'm
watch
gonna
that
watch
later.
that. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I need to check that
Thanks
out.
for letting us know, Kai. Thanks for letting
Yeah.
us know. Yeah.
But yeah. So I was kind of like annoyed because I was doing the watch along. It was going well. I was thinking last couple 10 minutes it was something new. I was doing something new that day. I was doing it through OBS. It was here or there, you know. But then
Mm.
I closed the watch along because like I'm not waiting for that long. I'm gonna lie. At that point, couple hours later, I get up from bed and I look on and my computer's still on in it because I forgot to turn it off and everything. But I look at the game. I see 1-1. I see 1-1, and you know on the zone, and you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
go back, and I see they score a penalty, and then I see what happens for the penalty. I have never seen such a terrible decision in my life. In my life, this man was
referee
looking
in
the other
America?
way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the ref was from, but this man was looking the other way, and it hits the back of the hand after jumping up and down again. And I don't know what way he's meant to put his hand. I don't get it. I understand it's the rules, but I mean, common sense says it went over him and then it went back. He didn't, and they said
he's
he
from
blocked it on
Slovenia.
purpose. On
Slovenia.
purpose. He wasn't looking. He was looking the opposite direction. Now, and also throughout the game, this ref was terrible in every aspect. He allowed it to get chippy. He allowed it to get. There's a reason why a Benfica player got sent off because he allowed this. Every little hard tackle, nothing. He was doing nothing. He was not control. This ref wasn't control of this game for the most part, and I'm pissed off at. And then it's extra time. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed the hell off because it's another extra 30 minutes, and I'm thinking about this.
Mm.
Like, imagine those who waited the 2 hours. Then you have to do the extra time, and you're thinking to yourself, we may get knocked out. This fool changed it to 5 at the back, and we get knocked out on penalties or something like that. Because I didn't believe we were going to score at this point. We took our best striker out. We didn't have any. The only other backup striker we had on our bench was Mark Gu, and I know he wasn't going to put him on. And for the most part, I see Nkunku playing outside the box. He's meant to be the number 9, and he's chilling outside the box. At some points, he's collected the ball from DM, looking like a prime Harry Kane out here.
Harry Kane. Uncle.
I was shocked. I was shocked. And the thing about it is this, right? Benfica had chances. Di Maria, he had chances. Palmer had chances in the first half. But yeah, man, there was different chances in the first half. I think Palmer should have scored. I think, you know what? People were angry at Gusto for the most part in that minute, but he was playing in an attacking position as a right back, and he does. And I'm telling you now, there's a reason why he can't invert, because when it comes to making the right decision to pass, to make the right decision go
Sorry,
forward,
who again? Reece James?
Milo Gusto.
Oh,
Milo Gusto.
oh.
Also, Reece James, what a free kick! What an absolutely amazing free kick.
He's one of your best players in my opinion, Reece James.
Oh yeah, no, I said it on the stream.
I say he's the third best player potentially.
No, he's the best. He's the best for me.
You think so?
Yes, because he's the best right back in the world when he's fit.
Yeah,
he's
I
never
agree.
fit.
Then both defensively going forward, I agree. He's the best right back in the world. Facts.
I can't really say that about any other player on my team that they're the best in their position.
I can but one player, Danny Carvajal. That's it. That's about it. Trent, not defensively. Trent's a good right back, but not good defensively. I'd put Reece James above him. I'd put Carvajal above him as well. Carvajal for me and Hakimi are the two best right backs in the world. Then you also got Reece James, and you also got Trent and whatever it is.
Yeah, I put Reece James above all of them when he's healthy.
I'm for Impong too. Sorry.
Yeah. But for me, I put Reece James above all of them when he's healthy. But he's never healthy. That's the thing. That's what's always been his issue. So that free kick, unbelievable. Malo Gusto, during that little second period, I understand why he put him on. to go 5 at the back, but it was too early. And in the extra time, we were lacking ideas. And for the most part, all Benfica were doing was defending, hit a couple counters. They nearly even scored with Di Maria. I was pissed. I thought it was going to be 2-1 to them at points. But then justice was served. Justice was served. A little attacking play, Palmer into I can't remember who it was. I think it was Casado who shot. The keeper made mistakes. I would say this: the keeper was bad in that extra time period because when he saved it, even though he's a quality keeper, he saved it. He kind of rolled underneath him, and then it was just a foot race between the defender and Otamendi. And Otamendi was trying everything to stop Nkunku scoring that second. Man was jumping in the air, doing all sorts, like proper defender. I like him, proper defender. But then after that, it was lights out because obviously they got the red card before that with the 2 bad challenges. And this is the other thing about my team that I don't like is that Palmer pushed him after he got red carded, and the other silly stuff we were doing. And Colwell was meant to be our leader at the back, but he's getting chippy. He's getting upset. This is the thing when I say
Colwell is your leader, bro. That's how far you've fallen. Imagine saying Levi Colwell is your leader. That's how far you've fallen.
As in the back, in terms of the back line, yes, he's meant to be the leader, right? That's why we need experience either in the goalkeeper or centre back. Because
give the
for me,
to Reece James, bro. It's not that hard. Give the captain.
No. Neither of them are the captains, but you need a leader in the back. You need a leader in the middle. Leadership has to go through the middle. You need a goalkeeper, a centre back, a centre mid, and a striker that you can call your spine, right? Reece James is the right back. He can't be the spine. When that spine has to be solid. For me, our midfield is cool. Our striker, Liam Delap, I like him, but we need better. Centre back and goalkeeper aren't good enough for me personally.
I would give Liam Delap a bit more time before I can say you need better. In my opinion, like he's not playing Premier League games. Like I said, he's playing pre-season games, Club World Cup. You have to see how he does in the Prem before you can say I think you need a striker. As of right now, if Liam Delap is bagging in more goals than you think, then he should be your starting striker, no doubt about it. However,
oh no, he's starting, but he's just I need better than that. I'm trying to win titles. I'm not trying to compete.
I hear it, but at the same time, he's not played a single Prem game for you guys yet, so we can't really 100% say he's not the man or he's the man to lead your line up top yet.
I can guarantee you he won't be because he's 21, 22. He's too inexperienced. For me, the man has to be 25, 26, 27. Those are the type of players you need through the. You need guys that have played multiple seasons in the top leagues.
This is why
Liam Delap hasn't done that.
This is why I think you guys need Osimhen.
Yeah, Osimhen, a Gyökeres who played 2 years in the Championship, or 2 years in Portugal.
Or maybe Victor Boniface.
Boniface, Garassi, who's 29. There are strikers who are 29 to Mateta. Mateta is one who's been in the Premier League multiple years.
You might as well buy Harry Kane, bro.
Yeah, Harry Kane, if he's available.
Take the piss out of Tottenham. That's what you should do. Take the piss out of your rivals.
Yeah, but that's the thing for me is that in the spine you need players that you can rely on. We don't have it in the striker, we don't have it in the centre back, and we don't have it in the goalkeeper. Because in that game we had chances, but nothing was taken. The amount of crosses that were into the box, and that all you needed is someone to take a risk. No one did that. Why? Because we don't have the experience. And then in the extra time, hella chippy, but. We got the second goal, then we got the third, which was a beautiful finish, counter-attacking finish from Pedro Neto, and then obviously Dewsbury Hall scores the fourth with a lovely finish as well.
All you had to do was hold on, and you'd have gotten this done in 90. You wouldn't even have to play extra time, waste another fucking another hour or so.
It is what it is, but this is the thing: we would have held on, but the referee decided to do us. This was probably the second worst thing I've ever seen from a ref.
Was it thunderstorms, lightning, and shit? That's why it got cancelled.
What?
Why did the game get postponed? Was it because of bad thunderstorms, lightning?
No. Basically, they have this policy that if there's a possibility of a lightning within a certain radius, the game gets postponed for 40 minutes. Then they need for 30 minutes of continuous where there's not that warning.
I can actually get behind that because it's safe. It's safety for players. I can't lie.
Yeah, but the game should have been finished anyway by then because they took so long.
Because don't forget, bro, the goalposts are also metal, so it is very dangerous for the goalkeeper as well to play in goal whilst lightning is going on.
Safety, the game would have been finished, and there would have been no lightning strike. There shouldn't be a 2 hour. There should be never a point in football where there's a 2 hour gap between a game and it starting again. No, I don't care. Safety. The game should have been finished already. They took too long in the intros. They took too long with the halftime intros as well, where they have the individual team coming out with smoke and fire. And this is, you know what pisses me off about this tournament is Americanizing the sport. And you know what they're doing in it? This comes to the point of what they're doing in the Premier League in next season. They're going to have halftime interviews. They're going to have interviews for substitutes. They're going to be in the dressing room. They are Americanizing football. They're turning it into NBA and NFL.
Can you, man, search up the head of the Premier League, please? Search up his name.
Head of Premier League. I don't know.
Yeah, CEO of Premier League or whatever that bastard's name is.
Yeah, bro.
Richard Masters.
Bro, you see if they do that, bro.
They're doing it next season. Halftime,
bro.
Halftime is for players to get rest.
That's a fucking nothing. Prick.
Imagine if you get substitute 30 minutes in a game, and then someone's coming up to you. Oh, why do you think you got substituted for? Oh, how do you feel like your game was in the first 30 minutes?
Oh, how do you feel that you're 7-0 down?
Yeah. Imagine that.
Stop trying to fucking Americanize our games. It's so annoying, bro. Like, for real. Stop trying to Americanize our games. Nobody needs that shit in the Premier League. Just keep the games as it is. Bro, the Premier
Sooner rather than later, we're going to have halftime shows. Like,
bro, King, in the Premier League, right, football in England has become too PR and too media central. That's why the game is so gone. That's why the game's gone, bro.
Game's lost its soul. It's lost its soul.
Listen, I don't mind the referee cameras. The referee cameras, bro, I'm all
for
it.
That's cool.
I
like
all
that.
For the referee. Bro, I'm all for the referees going to VAR and explaining themselves what's going on. I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with the offside technology. But don't do this halftime interview bullshit. Yes, they do it in La Liga. But I don't need that in I don't need that in the Prem. I don't need that shit in the Prem. I don't. It's too, like, you know, it ruins the fun of the game, man. It ruins the fun of the game. And what else did you say they were going to do again? You said that they were going to do halftime interviews. They were going to do
substitute interviews. So if you get substituted, you're going to get interviewed.
Interviews. No sport does substitution interviews, by the way. No sport does substitution interviews. Mob boss, with all due respect, bro, yeah, halftime interviews, yeah, they work well for basketball because basketball is a long game. It's a long game. Football, right? Once you get subbed off, we want to pay attention to the game. We want to pay attention to the players walking out at halftime. We don't need to listen to halftime interviews. Why are you down? Oh, what happens if you're down 7-0? Nobody needs to know. In the NBA game, it's a long game.
They have a shit first half explain. You know what? No. I'll say this to my boss. You know who needs to have who needs to have halftime interviews? The referee when they make dumb decisions. That's who needs to have halftime interviews.
Let it out, King. Let it out, bro. Let it out, bro.
Because why are we telling these players and managers to explain everything? Because guess what? These managers and players, what do they do when they get interviewed? Oh, no, it's been tough. We could have tried better. It's just going to be generic PR because they're not going to be honest. They're not going to be open. You're not going to see them talk real.
You're not gonna get accurate answers. It's like, when a business carries out a survey, only yes or no questions. It's inaccurate answers.
Yeah. And what else they're gonna do is there's gonna be questions where they're not gonna like it. Say, listen, I gotta go back to the changing room.
Answers. They're not.
They're just gonna walk away. You're gonna see a bunch of interviews where the man's gonna look at him and then walk away. It's gonna be fooled. Imagine if I'm a manager and my team's down 3-0 and I have to waste my time instead of speaking to my players for 15 minutes, bollocking them, telling them what they should be doing, what they need to do. Imagine that. Imagine if the Champions League.
The managers need halftime interviews, not the players. The managers should have.
I would suggest that.
He should explain his thought process.
No, because you know what? You know how what game would be ruined? Remember the Champions League 3-3 Liverpool AC Milan game? Mm-hmm. Imagine if there's halftime interviews during that.
Mm-hmm.
How damning? How much of a damning indictment would it be to the players if they heard what the manager said or whatever it is?
Exactly.
And say,
exactly.
Nobody needs to hear that fucking bullshit. Nobody needs to hear that halftime broadcasts.
We're getting
Nobody
dressing room
needs it.
broadcast. I don't need to see half naked men in a dressing room. I don't need to see that. Why for that?
No. Why for that? Why for that?
I don't need to see man eating their oranges and the things at half time, doing whatever.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie though.
I do want to see Pep and Arteta though when they start screaming, "Nobody talk, sit down. Nobody talk, sit down."
Yeah, bro.
Because don't forget, don't forget. There will be explicit language as well, and the Premier League cannot censor it.
Yeah,
there's explicit language as well. You can't censor.
And listen. This is Unai Emery.
Bro, the Premier League will fine you for having explicit language. Literally.
Yeah.
So now dressing room. So now the language in the dressing room has to be careful because you'll get banned for saying things on air.
Yeah, you're gonna see the managers that don't speak English with their translator. What you said was, "Is this?" Well, I said, "Let me specific one that just don't want to speak English."
No, bin it, man. Bin the halftime, bin the dressing room. What do you call broadcast?
Yeah, bro. The fact that in the World Cup, I hear that these men want to put on a half.
Hey, listen.
Show,
imagine
what?
Bro, imagine they do this in women's football. We're fucked.
bro, listen. The fact that they want to put on a halftime show.
Seriously.
A halftime show, bro. Get the hell out of here, bro.
You know what?
No, I don't understand the halftime show though. Like, bro, don't need to Americanize football, bro. You want to do it in the MLS? Do it in the MLS. We don't fucking do that in Europe.
All three of us don't watch MLS. MLS is shit. The only
do you know what we need? We need a good pre-World Cup final show. We need a good pre-World Cup final show. Either you either get Kanye, you get Drake, or you get Kendrick Lamar. Whoever you get because don't forget Canada is also hosting it, so Drake can be the Drake can be the he can do it as well.
I'm not. I think most people are gonna decline.
No, I don't mind halftime interviews, but by the
there's no point.
The referee should do halftime interviews.
Yo, for me, let me tell you this: the only time I ever watch MLS is when Messi came. I watched him the first few games, and I got bored watching it. So honestly, people, I'm just being honest with you. Like
Apple TV charges like bare fucking money, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. To me, honestly, people, MLS is shit. I live in America. That shit is hot garbage. I don't. I've been to one MLS.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Ronaldo went to MLS? How much would it skyrocket?
Exactly. So look at these people.
It'd be much more than Messi, by the way.
I can tell you this: the relegated teams, the three relegated teams, could beat the top teams in MLS. I could tell you.
Yeah.
That's how.
Can I add to this? What next? What next if they Americanize it? Imagine. I watch NBA. I watch NBA finals.
NBA's
and you know what?
fine.
No. I want to say this. I want to say this as a foreign fan watching NBA. It is too damn long. The game never starts on time. They have a bunch of extra what's it called, pauses, because obviously if there's refs checking decisions, if there's timeouts, and then in between those timeouts they're putting adverts, another timeout adverts, a halftime show where someone's doing up something with the dog or the cheerleaders, or they got the cannons with the shirt into the stadium, and some of these things are crap. I'm sitting there 2-3 in the morning waiting for the game to finish.
King, if you're watching on ESPN, if you're watching it on TNT, there's not many halftime walk-up interviews. But what there is on your personal stations, right? For example, NBC Sports Boston, right? I support the Celtics, right? I always see the walk-up interviews. That's fine.
Let's see,
because that's your own. Because that's your own personal. No, because that's your own personal. What'd you call your own personal station? That's your own personal team. You know what I'm trying to say? That's fine. If you're gonna have a broadcast from your own team do it, fine. Don't have the Premier League do it. It doesn't make sense. Do it from your own team's broadcast, or do it from
there
your
is no own team broadcast like that anyway, and they don't do those things.
For example, MUTV does it for United, and Crystal Palace TV does it for Crystal Palace, something like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Don't allow a neutral walk-up interview because if you're gonna interview one team, right, and not interview another, it doesn't make sense. And you're also, don't forget, this is my last point I'm gonna make about this. You're also wasting their half time. They've got 15 minutes to take a break, and you're wasting their time for them to go take a break. You're wasting their time.
No, well, that's
you're
the thing.
5 minutes of their time, and you have 10 minutes in the dressing room to go listen to your manager. You've not got much time. Screw this halftime thing, man. You don't have time. At least in the NBA, they don't start games on time anyways. They can do it. You know what I'm trying to say?
But that's the problem. They're gonna have to increase the halftime. So then you're gonna have to increase the watching experience.
You know, I feel like it's bullshit too.
You know why? I always miss. You know why I miss the start of the game by a few minutes sometimes? Because I don't know when it starts in the NBA. I don't know when the game starts. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. Do you know what? At least big up TNT. Do you know why? They used to start on time. TNT was only station that started on time. ESPN, 15 minutes late. And all that bullshit, 15, 20 minutes late. Why? Even F1, bro. Even F1, bro. They start 10, 15 minutes late. Why? Even qualifiers last night, they were supposed to start at 9 p.m. They started at 9:10, 9:15, bro.
Oh yeah, but that's to do with there was a crash in F2. That's not actually normally they start on time.
You know what's annoying, guys? For me, right? The time wasting. I feel like if one thing I want them to change football, if players wasting time, stop the clock.
Rasta.
You know what? They already do something for that. They add extra minutes onto the extra time.
But so Rasta, I'm sorry to interrupt you, bro. Do you remember that United Atletico Madrid game we watched in the Champions League in 2021?
Mm-hmm.
So 2022, you remember that? You remember that year where we got knocked out by Atletico Madrid?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much time Atletico Madrid wasted with? Do you know how much time the ball was out of play in the second half?
A lot.
22. The ball wasn't in play for 22 minutes in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
We should have had 22 minutes of added time in that second half. I'm not even kidding. We should have had 22 minutes of added time. I bet you United wouldn't even score that day.
Yeah.
Even then, we should have
say
had
this.
Referee didn't give 22 minutes. You know how much time he gave? 6 minutes of 11. He should have given 11 instead of 6 minutes. Embarrassing from the ref, man. We lost the game 1-0 as well. We lost the game 1-0.
Yeah.
Seriously,
but I will
man,
say this.
Just take a stand and do something in football. Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Finish your point, man. Vent.
I'm done. I just
For me, the halftime interviews wouldn't make sense. If that specific Champions League final I'm talking about, the Ace Man Liverpool. Imagine if they're getting Gerrard out for 5 minutes to do an interview.
You should have a right to refuse a halftime walkout. You should have a right to refuse if you don't want to do it.
Because they won't. They'll probably find them. Who
cares? It's only going to find them with a few.
Imagine if they'll probably say, you know what? They'll even probably say if you miss 5 of them, you'll get a match ban or something. They'll be do foolishness.
That's BS though. I'm not gonna lie, it's BS.
Hold on a minute. But what if the reporters go and ask him offensive question?
Reporters don't really ask offensive questions. They just ask dumb questions.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I have an idea. The players should just say no comment and leave. That's what they can do. At least they've spoken into the mic. They ain't gonna get charged for that.
Yeah. Some players will probably refuse, but at the same time, the last thing I want if I'm down 3-0 at halftime is some person in my face with a mic asking me questions.
You know, I'm just
trying to get into the thing, thinking of ways to come back in this game or what I could have done better. I don't want no person going up to like me to this asking me, why what do you think went wrong? What do you think went wrong? What did you watch the game?
Do you remember back in 2016, a Portuguese reporter went up to Ronaldo asking him questions?
And he threw the mic in the lake.
Threw the mic in the river.
Yeah,
bro. You know what they do?
I would do that, bro. I can't lie.
You know why they're doing it? You know why they're doing it? They're doing it for clips because you're gonna see a bear man walk away, bear man say, look at the referee, look at the people as well. They're just trying to add extra views to a show that has the most views anyway. And for me, what I will say is this is a slippery slope because then eventually you're gonna have more breaks in the game for more adverts. Then you're gonna have halftime shows in each of these games. Then each team's gonna start having cheerleaders like the Crystal Palace.
Halftime shows to friggin' football, bro. It's stop trying to commercialize football. Football is already commercialized as it is already. Why in the bro? God, bro.
This halftime interview is sponsored by Doritos. Hello, Cole Palmer. You've had a bad first half. How do you feel? come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Fuck off. That's what you should say. Fuck
I
off.
hate watching American sports because it's so damn long. It is so
Trust that.
damn long.
You
All the
should say,
adverts
fuck
and
off,
extras.
bitch.
Yes.
That's what you should say.
And you know what?
You know what I mean?
You know what?
Yeah.
Imagine if you're a foreign fan watching the game at 1, 2 a.m. The last thing you want is for it to be longer. That's how I feel about American sports. It's hella longer for no reason.
Yeah, bro.
Basketball should be at least 40 minutes, in my opinion, not 48 minutes. And you have too many timeouts as well. And you know what? And you know what they do? And you know what they do? King, they take away your timeouts if you don't call one as well. You might as well keep your timeouts for challenges if you need being. Why take away the timeouts? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Facts. Reduce it to 5 timeouts. If you're gonna reduce it to 40 minutes, right? A game, reduce it to 5 timeouts or 6 timeouts. Don't do 7 timeouts and then give a challenge back. Actually, no. But one thing I also have against that is, you make a challenge, right? In the NBA, you only get 2 challenges. They take away your timeout, plus they take away that 1 challenge you have. You only get 2 challenges. Why can't you? If you win your challenge, why aren't you allowed to constantly challenge? That's what makes the game bad, bro. If a bad decision happens and it goes against you, I'll give you one example. Do you remember Damian Lillard's goaltending call at the end of a game where he didn't get called and he lost the game because of it?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm a Celtics fan. Yes, LeBron James got fouled. However, the referee should be doing more, in my opinion. If you miss a lot of your calls and it comes out in the last 2-minute report that you've robbed this team more fouls than the other team's foul, still, man, like you should be doing better with your refereeing. You have a lot of technology to back it up. Why don't you have your second guy behind you tell you that it's a foul so you can call something? Or say it's a goaltend, or have a goaltending. You know what it is? They should have a goaltending system in the NBA. If there's a double tap, if there's a double tap on the rim, there should be an alert. So they can alert the referees that there's a goaltending. You know what I'm trying to say, King?
Yeah, I do. But you know what I don't like about NBA is you say it's 48 minutes of basketball action, right? That you know what they do with basketball?
And some timeouts take too long too, bro. Some timeouts take too long as well.
No.
You know what they used to have? The 20-second timeouts. They used to have the 20-second timeout. Remember? We used to call a full timeout and a 20-second timeout.
Yeah, I know.
They should bring that back.
That's what I was gonna say. They have a 48-minute basketball game. The show is 3.5 hours, sometimes even 4. 48 minutes of basketball, 3.5 hours of show, and most of it. And if you look at the statistics, most of the programming is adverts. Imagine if you had a football game which is 90 minutes plus 15 minutes extra time, or half time, and maybe 10 minutes extra time. Imagine if they turned that to 4 hours, to a 4-hour program with bare extra, with a halftime show, with bare extra adverts.
That shit would be so boring.
Yeah, because that's why I don't like American sports at times. Is because it's so long. It takes so long for you to get from point A to B. So long.
Yeah, it'd be boring, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and if it's 2 teams that you don't really like in the NBA Finals with Indiana Pacers and OKC, sometimes you just try to get halftime, you give up. You're like, oh, you know what? I'll just check it out in the morning. You're wasting your time, more time with the
or what do you do if it's a game I don't want to watch? You just periodically check the score.
Yeah. And that's what they're going to turn football into. They're going to turn it into a sport that you don't really want to sit there and watch it.
Genuinely, one of the
people only have a certain amount of time during the day.
I can't lie, King. This is one of the worst NBA seasons I've ever seen in my entire life. I ain't even joking. Like this season that just went by was one of the worst NBA seasons of all time. Not only because of my team, right? Forget the Celtics for a minute. Go watch, right, the overall refereeing in the NBA. How bad, how much worse it's getting, even with the rule changes.
Yeah, man. And
genuinely, how much time do you need to check a literal clear call? How much time do you need? Are you that fucking blind? Like genuinely, are they that blind that they have to see such a clear call and review for what? You literally saw the call. Go back and just literally have your second man give you another decision if you can't decide. You have 4 referees standing by you. You can't even make a decision. So use the guy that's, they have this referee behind, right? In was it ESPN? They have this former referee giving their referee view. Remember the referee camera view? King, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's a referee that talks like gives like a brief talk, like behind the scenes or something with the commentators. And I'm like, you have 4 referees standing by you. Make a decision, man. It's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. Are you that blind? Even VAR, Rasta. Do you remember last time? Son.
Yep.
Son got tapped in the face, barely got touched. They watched it in slow motion. How many times do you need to watch that back to make a decision, bro?
You know what?
I mean?
Actually,
I didn't give the goal. You know what happened, bro? They overturned the goal because of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not such a diving cheat, man, after that game. Honestly, for real. He literally, he got tapped in the eye, poked. McTominay couldn't do anything about that. How do you disallow such a clear and obvious goal, man? It's embarrassing. Like, literally, it's embarrassing. Like, how does technology not help you referee a game better? It's that bad. The level of refereeing in sports nowadays has gotten so much. And look, I'm not trying to make excuses saying the referees have robbed this and that. No, you should do enough for yourself to win. However, if it's a tight game, you as a referee, whether you're John Goebel, whether you're Scott Foster, whether you're Michael Oliver, whatever the fuck your name is, in whatever sport it is, referee a game better. Even in cricket, bro, there's an umpire. I forgot his name, but he was a very famous umpire, I forgot his name. Any cricket fans in the chat, you'll know who I'm talking about, right? There was a clear leg LBW. There was a clear leg bounce, right? And he didn't even call it. Richard, his name is Richard something in cricket, and I'm like, bro, how do you not call it? It's that bad. Like, you have technology to back you up, and you still make a terrible call. Like, genuinely, it's literally being replayed for you. Do your fucking job properly. It's not that hard. I could referee a game better than them. King could do it. Rasta could do it. We're all watching the game with our very own eyes, and you're still robbing us daylight. You're still robbing us of such a good game in broad daylight. Because you know why? You can't even use a replay.
Yeah, say this. Let me sum it up for you. Let me sum it for you. They do not care. If they care, they would have done
better. It's all about this, Rasta. It's all about this to try and make the game better. And that's why I think, I know King was alluding to earlier, so I'm going to say this, I didn't see the penalty yet, but if King said it was one of the worst decisions they ever given, and what Rasta, remind what minute was it? 95th minute. Extra time. Added time. They just wanted to extend the game for their own purposes. They just wanted to extend the game. If that was not the penalty, they just wanted to extend the game.
Chelsea should have had that game wrapped up.
Exactly, but that's what I'm trying to say. Because if the referee gave a penalty that was not a penalty, right? He just wanted to extend the game because the fans waited 2 hours to watch 4 minutes left of football.
Yep.
He just wanted to extend the game. Then that's what he wanted to do,
right?
I didn't see the penalty. I can't tell you what happened, right?
When King comes back, I have a question to ask him when he comes back.
Just for views and revenue, bro. That's all they wanted to do. Extend the game because it took a long break. That's all I wanted to say. Sorry, man.
Yeah, you're good. You're King. So I'm gonna ask you a question, all right? Let's just say you're in charge of Chelsea board. Are you keeping Maresca? Or are you sacking him?
I'm not sacking him at the moment. Because he did what he was meant to do last season. He's got a season to show me what you.
Depends where you are in the league, and it depends what you're doing by December. That's what I would say. Because he's already had a year. You might as well judge by December now properly.
No, I'm not waiting until December. I'm waiting until the end of the season.
Because Champions League.
What do you want this manager to change? What do you want this manager to work better on? And what do you want this manager to improve on?
What do I want to change and improve on? The thing is, I would get rid of the sporting directors first because I don't think they're giving him the tools to be successful. But next season, it has to be about winning trophies and competing for the title. Because up until about December, we were competing. Then there was a period where we were losing a lot. And then at the end, we had a good period. So I just need consistency throughout the season. If you can be consistent throughout the season and be top 3 within maybe 10 points of the top 2 in the second season with a couple cups, a good Champions League campaign, maybe quarterfinals, that would be good enough for me. FA Cup, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, or both
Mm-hmm.
compete for the Premier League within 10 points of the top, or win it, and a quarterfinal in the Champions League, quarterfinals in the Champions League. Because then it will show me that you can compete in all four fronts. That you at least minimum finals of those two cups and win it and try. And if you win them, that gets you another season. If you don't win those cups and you don't win the title, you don't win anything, then you get. Then for me, I'd get rid of him.
I tell people the Carabao Cup is the first tournament for the Premier League. It's the first tournament, and so basically it's the first cup every team should want to win, because it's not as strenuous and long as the FA Cup. You know what I mean? It's not as strenuous and long as the FA Cup. So
Yeah.
every team in the Prem should to aim to win that clinch that first piece of silverware.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna add a point onto the Americanizing the sport. Imagine this, right?
Mhm,
You know, VAR takes long as it is. Imagine if they make VAR a thing where it's like a break now. They do a VAR break, they stop the game for a bit. They do some, like, you know how like in when decisions are made in NBA, they have like an ad break. Imagine
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
did that for football. That's another thing that they could add down the line. You know, VAR decision happening, then they screen blanks and then put a couple adverts in. But yeah, I would say the Americanization of the sport is annoying me. The game, the refereeing decisions as a whole, it was one of the worst refereeing games I've seen in a long time. And I'm just happy we're through. We got Palmeiras next. We struggle against Brazilian teams, but we need to beat them. And then we'll see who we get in the semi. But yeah, it's good. I think we can beat Palmeiras, but at the same time, the way we were finishing in that first half, if we do the same thing to Palmeiras, they may punish us. Because I think Benfica going forward was very weak, and a lot of the time when we gave them the ball and gave them chances, was Gusto's hand in an unnatural position? No, because if you look at the replay,
I have another rant to make, but can you finish your point first? I'm sorry.
if you look at the replay, the cross goes over his head and he jumps up. So when a man's jumping up, your hands have to be up there for you to balance. So when he's on the way down, he doesn't really have full control of where his hands are. He's looking the other way, so he's not seeing where the ball's being kicked. So most I would say no. I would say it was a bad decision.
Good for Pogba, yeah.
Happy for him. Really am. I want to see him do
well.
well.
Yeah, hopefully he's successful over there.
I want to see him get. I want to see him get back in the France. I want to see him get back in the France squad, man. I really, really do.
Nah, he ain't gonna do all that. I don't think he's gonna do all that. I'll have a good season.
I want to see him get back in for for a bit at least. At least for the World Cup qualifiers. I'm not saying goes to the World Cup. I want to see him play in the World Cup qualifiers. I want to see him play for France again for a bit.
Nah, I don't. I wouldn't even have Kante in the squad still. The thing about what internationals is
because Pogba was wrong.
Bitches are too busy focused on playing 30+-year-olds. It's a young man's sport, man. Bring in the young generation. You've had your time.
You need to have a mix. Everyone should be a mix. It should be a mix. It shouldn't just be young man sport. It should be everyone. It should be even 30 plus. Come on. Pogba's still like 31, so he can still do it.
Yeah, but he's not going to get to that level. He's not going to be the same.
No. I don't think you should play. Like I said, I don't think you should play in the World Cup. I'm saying because look at the schedule that France have for the World Cup qualifiers. He can easily play against the teams like, for example, he can easily play against teams like fucking what's it called? I don't even want to name these countries. I don't want to disrespect them, but you already know what I'm trying to say.
Man, they don't want to disrespect them.
No, I don't want to disrespect any countries. Like I'm saying, France would wipe the floor with them, even with Pogba on the team. So, anyways, I have another rant I want to make, and I want a completely different sport that Rasta doesn't watch. Right? Tennis.
About what? What's happening in tennis?
All right. So hear me out. Go look at clay court season. Go look at the clay court. Right. Go look at when the umpire has to go and point to where the ball landed. Why are you still pointing where the ball landed on a clay court? This is how many years are we into tennis now?
What is this in a? Is this in a major?
No, I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about Grand Slams and the mini tournaments as well, and the mini tournaments, right? How many years are we into tennis now? Since when has tennis started? And how many years ago? First of all, how many years ago has Hawkeye technology been invented? Have a look at that. Have a look at the Hawkeye technology in tennis. When has it been invented?
Yeah.
Yet they're going to a point where the ball landed, yeah. But you have a literal review of where the ball landed. I have a privilege of watching on TV because you know why? I can see the Hawkeye replay. But even in tennis, sometimes they can't tell when the ball is double bounced or when the ball has bounced off the racket. Because there was one call that I remember, like not so long back, a player lost the game because of match point. The ball, the other player served, the ball hit the ground and went over the net. So I'm like, how are you not allowed to challenge these? And even in some courts, yeah, you should be able to review every single point to see if it's out or in. Because what if a player gets robbed of a point?
So basically, you're saying just refereeing across all sports is shit.
Tennis is called umpiring.
Huh?
In tennis, it's umpire.
Okay. So it's umpire, but let's all classify them as referees. All right. Let's just all classify. So basically, in all sports, they all have their.
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Sorry about that. Did you hear that? Do you hear a loud noise in the back? Sorry about that.
Yeah, good. You good, bro. Basically, you're telling me referees from across all sports, they're not doing a good enough job. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, fact. They don't do a good enough sport, and they don't do a good enough job. Go look at what you call the refereeing in tennis, umpiring in tennis. Yeah. The Hawkeye in clay court is long overdue. It should have been invented a long time ago. Why are the umpires still going to point at the wrong place? For example, I've watched many Novak Djokovic games, right? Not so long back, I was watching an umpire, right? You know, he started the. But listen to me on this, right? I'll try and explain in clearer words. Yeah. Do you know how in tennis they have a violation, right? For example, when you don't serve, there's a clock, right? There's a clock, and once the clock expires, there's a violation, right? So Djokovic had to listen to two scores in two different languages whilst the umpire started the clock, right? And he got a violation, and I'm like, bro, say the score in one language and just move on. Start the game clock. So just start the serve clock, man. You know what I'm trying to say? And bro, King, imagine you assume where, for example, imagine you assume a plane landed in what you call? Imagine you assume a plane landed in okay, whatever city. Let's mark it, right, at an airport. But you go to the wrong airport. That the plane didn't land there. Imagine you don't have a pin on map. You pin at the wrong place. That's what the umpires are doing. They're pinning, bro. They're going to look at where they think the ball landed, whilst the player has literally pointed it for them. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm like, stop going to look at where do you think the ball landed. Just invent a technology. It's embarrassing. Clay court needs to be done. Clay needs to be done better in tennis, man. And they should review every single point in tennis. It's embarrassing. No more boast. Tennis is not okay. In recent times, I've seen tennis. It's worse. Trust me, it's worse. You still have to challenge calls, whereas you literally have technology to correct the calls. You know what I'm trying to say?
Bless up, Lumen.
Hey, come on, man. Sports need to do better with refereeing.
Hold on a second.
Even the FIA.
Hold on a second.
F1.
Lumen, I made sure I did the short for you, bro. I made sure I did it, and thank you for liking and thank
Ross
you.
always keeps his word. So if you might don't subscribe, you'll get a slap in the face. I'm kidding. Subscribe to Ross now.
Yes, we are the Three Musketeers. Yes, we are.
Get me to get King first. Get King to 50 subs first, and then get me to 350. 350 subs needed, people. Come on. I want to get to 450 by next season. So 100 more subs needed, and the next season will start. But that's what I'm trying to say, bro. If the umpires don't do their job, exactly, you're proving my point. If the umpires don't do their job properly, then why should there be umpires? There's so many bad umpires in tennis. I literally see it in broad daylight. They literally don't make good decisions, bro. Yes, it's hard being an umpire, but you have the technology to back you up. So why is it so hard to umpire a tennis match? If the player calls for a supervisor, call a supervisor, because they need if they need to review something, let them review it. Oh, too late to challenge. You haven't played the point yet, so you can challenge. Wait, like, bro, tennis is a bit too, like, these umpires need to get a grip. I swear. I ain't even joking. I'm not both. I'm sorry, bro, but tennis umpires, terrible. They're terrible. They're terrible. Genuinely. Like, especially clay court umpires. Absolutely dreadful. For real. No, I'm not joking. You should watch tennis and see for yourself. On clay court.
All right, I'll check it out. But this is
I'll send it to you and just try to understand it. Yeah, try to understand it as much as you can.
All right.
Even NFL, bro, they throw yellow flags for what they think: holding, defense, number 25, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. Fuck off, man. Sometimes you don't think it's Lumen's second account. I can tell.
Yeah.
Lumen, are you Dark Crow as well, by the way? Man's Dark Crow, Man's Lutada. What you call Lumen? Fucking Lumen's everywhere, bro. He's everywhere.
Yeah, man. That's funny. That's funny.
Lumen Junior. Okay.
That's funny.
Nice.
That's funny, but but I get what King was saying earlier when he was going on. You know what I mean?
Apologies about the background noise if you hear me screaming at the back. It's just my cousins.
I get King earlier when he was going in a little rant, bro. You feel me? I understand your frustration, bro. Because that game should have been wrapped up.
Yeah, it should have been wrapped up. But for me, this is probably why certain places in the world shouldn't have a tournament in certain periods. If you know that you're going to a place where there may be lightning strikes or adverse weather conditions, why are you having a football tournament there? Because if you're a fan, I don't care about the players, because the players are good for 2 hours. They're going to be in a nice room. But actually, no. It's bad on two parts. It's bad for the players because for 2 hours they're gonna have to. They've went through an intense 85 minutes, and then they're gonna have to cool down and then get themselves psyched up again for another 30, maybe 30, 40 minutes of football. And then for the fans, what are you doing for 2 hours? What are you doing for 2 hours?
True.
Because it's raining as well. It's not like it's a night. No, it's not. It's adverse weather. So it's raining, probably lightning storms. So you're just waiting inside the stadium just for 2 hours to do what? It's like just taking up people's time, really. And I understand it's a health and safety thing, but then don't put matches in that stadium or in that part of the world at that time.
Exactly.
It's like going to Southeast Asia during rainy season. Just don't make no sense.
Yeah. But it's a money thing, man.
Yeah, it's money.
Thing. It's a money thing. You know what I mean? But they don't care. They don't care, bro. They don't care. Rasta, do you think Mark N fellow Jamaican and Red Devil? Yeah, I know Mark N, but Mark N is Trinidadian. He's Trini. Yeah, Mark Nurse. He's Trini. I know him well. I know him. But yes, sorry, can continue.
Yeah, there's not really much else I could say. I'm happy that we went through to the next stage. But yeah, when I say we need a killer, is that we had chances, we just didn't kill them off. So yeah, we also here we go on Gittins, but that's not enough. I need another winger. I need another striker. I need a centre back, goalkeeper. I need a backup left back because Cucurella's been playing too much as well.
Go, man. We need the Orange Team bomber. We need the Orange Team exclusive, man. Man said, here we go. Nah, scrap that, man. Exclusive, bro. You know what I mean? Exclusive, right, Rasta? Exclusive, right?
Bro, listen, I made a video about Fabrizio Romano today, bro. That's got me mad.
Thing, by the way, I seen your video with Alfie about Roy Keane, and that infuriated me, bro. How does the United fan know who Roy Keane is? Are you that bent?
Bro, who didn't know Roy Keane?
Bro, so a United fan said to me, right? Because he see me in a shirt. Anyway. Oh, I never know you're a United fan. Have you seen our club lift trophies? I'm like, yes. No, I'm older than you. I've seen my club lift 10 major trophies. Yeah, I've seen us lift the Europa League. I said I've seen us lift the Champions League. And the dude want to go back and forth with me when I'm asking him questions about the club, bro. It's like he couldn't tell me certain things that you're supposed to know as a United fan. I said you're supposed.
But he called you a fake fan.
You call me a fake fan. I said, bro, as a United fan, you're supposed to know about the Holy Trinity. You're supposed to know who the Holy Trinity is. You feel me?
Has he been to Old Trafford?
I don't know. He lives in America here, bro. You feel me? But
when did he become?
I don't know, but I just schooled him on and I kept it pushing like King. If you know a Chelsea fan is a Chelsea fan, there's certain things they're supposed to know about Chelsea, right or wrong.
Can I give you a perfect example?
Definitely.
Can I give you a perfect example of a proper modern day United fan? Sunshine.
Nice,
she educated herself on the football club before supporting it, and
yes.
Guess what? She watched she did a stream on the 1968 European Cup final as well. Mm-hmm. So that's a proper United fan that's a proper modern day fan becoming a United fan right there.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good for him, actually.
Yeah, make sure you haven't sub to Sunshine.
Bless up to Sunshine FC, by the way. Bless up to Sunshine. Yeah, it's funny. It's through Sunshine I met these guys right here. Yep. But yeah, man, King. So what you got coming up, King? Because I know Tuesday we're doing our 45-minute footy chat.
Yeah.
So people, if you haven't subbed to King yet, sub to his channel. You know, and Wednesday you're supposed to be doing something with AK for Pete, right? And Thursday we're gonna do another 45 footy, and then me and Alkavin we're gonna do our normal show tomorrow
on my channel at same time, yeah. So
that's
today. We'll start at 11 a.m. my time. Is that okay? What time did we start the show? Was it 12 p.m.? Was it 1 a.m. your time that we started?
Yeah, like 1:15 a.m. my time. Yeah.
Is that okay? Is 1:15 okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So and King, I'll see you tonight for the F1 review, bro. See you tonight. Oh
yeah, definitely.
I'll see you tonight.
FIFA, yes, I am a mod on Sunshine's channel.
I am.
Yes, I am a mod, and one thing I could say, like, I like with Sunshine, her engagement, and she responds. You know what I mean, people. That's why I try my best. While the man them are talking, I engage and I listen to. I read y'all comments because that's important as well. You know what I mean? Well, continue, guys. Sorry.
Pissing down with rain outside, but listen, I do have. I know, but you, man, say. I ain't gonna shout my channel out first and foremost. It's up to these two people right here, yeah. These two absolute legends right here. Sub to King's channel first and foremost. Get him to 50 subs, or more than 50 if you can. Get Rasta to 900 subs, and get me to 350 subs if you can, people. Last, but big up to Rasta. Thank you for having me on, bro.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I want to say sorry about my language. I probably went too far today, but apologies for my language, man.
Bro, you good, bro. You just expressing yourself. Please accept my like and love from
She sends that every time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sends the exact same comment every single time.
Yes.
Yeah. Appreciate you for having me on. Rasta, see you on my channel tomorrow. King, I'll see you tonight. Straight after the race, we're going live. Yeah, straight after the race. No, I ain't listening to that. None of that. Presentation bullshit. I'm going live. We're going live straight away. And also, I don't know what else is there this week. Transfer shows. I don't think I'll do many shows this week. I'll still be on holiday until Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Back with it. Wimbledon, F1 again next week. Football.
Got the NBA draft show.
NBA draft show will be Tuesday night my time.
Yeah.
Yes, I've known Mr. Flying Pig HD for years. I've known him for years.
I listen to them. Yes, I listen to them.
Since I first started the YouTube community, he was on he used to do Full-Time Devil fan cams and send it. So I used to know Full-Time Devils. And if you man don't know Curtis 7 as well, Curtis 7 was an OG. Curtis 7. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Yeah, apologies for the background noise.
You good, bro. Listen, you good, bro. You good.
If you could get me to 345 by the end of today's video, that'd be great. And if you guys could get these two men with their milestones, I'm out. Yeah, peace. Wait. Anyone else out? Glazers out.
Inviting all you three to the TUSF on the football terrace. Did I say that right? The football terrace?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. When is that? When is that? Oh, Terry Flowers. That's him? This Terry Flowers. Okay. I know who Terry Flowers is. Yes, I know who Terry Flowers is. Yes. I know him.
Yeah.
I know who Terry Flowers is. We'll contact you soon. Okay, all right.
All good.
Okay, all good, yeah. All right.
But yeah, for me, I'm just trying to do as much Club World Cup content as possible. Gonna do a video later. Looking forward to the Chelsea Palmeiras game. See how we stack up against each other. Obviously, Esteval, our future players, playing against us. So it'd be funny if Esteval is the one that actually takes us out, which is possible because we got a bad record against Brazilian teams.
You can't say that, man. Listen, you have to go in believing it'll win. Your team have to win, bro. I know how you feel.
I would have believed if we did more in the first 10 days of the
transfer window.
Yeah, if we did more in the first 10 days, I would have believed more. If we got a proper goalkeeper in, then I would have believed more. But at this point, I don't know. But yeah, obviously I'm gonna be on AN Sports for Formula One. I love me a bit of Formula One.
I'm slowly getting into Formula One, bro. I'm slowly getting to like Formula One.
Trust me. When you got a chance, Netflix Drive to Survive. There's also the Formula One film coming out soon, so check that out. People, if you're into Formula One, the Formula One film. So
I'm gonna watch the Formula One film actually.
Yeah, because it's with Brad Pitt and who's the other brother?
So who are they supposed to be portraying?
It's basically they're like an extra team, and they're like a team that's coming from the bottom and making their way up. So it's Brad Pitt is like an older racer coming in, and Damson Idris is like a young up and coming one. So yeah, it's a good film. I watched it. It's a good film. Check it out. If you want to. But yeah, Drive to Survive if you want to see the real stuff. F1 if you want to see something more entertainment based.
So far, I'm watching the Ayrton Senna story on Netflix.
Yeah, that's quality. That's quality. Also, there's another one. I forgot the name of it. Wait, let me find out. There's another one that's really good. It's like it's about the story of. Let me, if I can find the name. Rush. Yeah, Rush. Rush is about Rush. Watch Rush. It's about the rivalry of what's their names again? James Hunt and Niki Lauda, and it goes into that situation as well. That's old school racing. So if you want to learn about two legends of the game,
I know Niki Lauda got in a car accident, a serious accident.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That film shows what happened and what happened afterwards. So yeah, that's a good film
A
as well.
dangerous sport. Yeah, Formula One is a very dangerous sport, bro.
Yeah,
Very.
man. Lives have been lost to this sport. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Senna, few others as well. But yeah, that's the risk they take when they get into those cars. You're driving ridiculous speeds, and yeah, man. Any little touch, nibble, that car can go just like that. Luckily, the Halo's about because yeah, it was a lot more dangerous back in the day because they didn't have those security precautions, and they even used to fuel the car. So you used to even be have fuel in the car as well, like refuel it, and there used to be bare problems with that as well. So it used to be more dangerous than it is now.
Mm.
Thankfully. But yeah, I think yeah. So I'm gonna just try and do some more watch alongs as well. I'm gonna just try and do it either through OBS on my own, or maybe even do it through StreamYard and just get other people on. Because
Why
as
not?
much because obviously with the OBS I got all the whistles, like you get like the timings and stuff, but with StreamYard you can have it's easier to add people
Mm-hmm.
that way. So I might as well. So like if anyone's around, I might put the link in the group and see if anyone's
Yeah,
available.
yeah, because OBS is difficult to navigate. But I tried navigating one time. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, bro. So I said, for
Yeah.
me, StreamYard is a little bit easier to use. So I work with what's simpler to use, simplicity, I should say.
Yeah. Streamyard's a lot easier, but you have to pay for it though.
Mm.
Will AI be a threat to content creators as well? You know what? It
Yeah,
will be because
yes,
some of that
yes.
stuff is actually
In
really
some
good.
aspect, yes, it's dangerous
Yeah, man.
because we could be talking here, and a person could use AI to change our words.
Yeah, or use our image and likeness in an AI
Mm-hmm.
thing
Mm-hmm.
easily. And even if you look at the way AI at this point, when it comes to like the real, like vloggers and stuff, where they do all the stuff about like the religious stuff or the hundred gorillas versus the man, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that they don't get is tongues. They're not good with tongues and they're not good with hands.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get down packed, and that might be the next evolution. We might be living in a Terminator movie in real life. I'm gonna lie to you,
Mm.
but it's getting close. It's getting close, and it's what people input into the AI that makes the difference. I think, because yeah, and also there's been times where people have like put certain things into AI and they tell you how they can take over things, and yeah, some of it's a bit scary, but you never know. Never know.
Bro, yeah, bro. That's why I said with this day and age, bro. Gotta be careful with what you say and how you say it too with this AI stuff, because brother,
Yeah, yeah, and what you see as well, because some things look so real in the first look, but sometimes you have to look twice at something to see if it's real or not. You have to look twice at something. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah.
And guess what? We have access to the basic AI. Imagine what governments and the people above have access to and what they're capable of with AI. So it's yeah, this we're just scratching the surface at this point. But yeah,
Yeah, bro. Listen, you just gotta be careful.
100%.
Gotta be careful, man. And that's why I say I rather be true to myself and speak the truth instead of copying and following everybody. I do things different. King does things different. Alkavin does things different. We yes all three of only thing we all three of us do. You always see us streaming. You
Yeah,
always, you always see us streaming. Yes. King is a Chelsea fan. Yes, Alkavin is a United fan. Yes, you see other fans over here, but we do things different. We don't follow what's in the lines, man. We do our own thing. You know what I mean?
yeah. Just gotta be real to yourself and what you
Yeah,
believe in it.
yeah. That's
That's
what we do.
in life and in football. You just gotta keep it real and with yourself. And sometimes you may you're the thing about this sport as well. It's very emotional, so you can say things with emotion that you may not mean at the time, and you may change your mind. But it's okay. It's okay to change your mind sometimes. It's okay to be emotional with this sport. It's okay to
Mhm.
in the heat of the moment say something.
maybe not right now. It's not going to be a threat, but maybe later on in the years, because people like those faceless YouTube pages. They go on people's channels and clip them up, like Lee, Saeed, and all of those other channels, and clip them up and post. And because they know those people are viral, they post them.
Yeah.
That's AI. That's all AI they're using right there. But right there,
they can post it elsewhere. They can post you on Twitter, TikTok.
TikTok. This on TikTok. This is account on Lee that have like over, I think, over 100K subscribe followers, bruv. That shit be getting views. The minute as Lee goes live, boom. After when he done his stream, boom, boom. There's like a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different clips.
Yeah. And the quickness they do this stuff as well.
Yes. So this is what I say. For me, I rather have originality than going there waiting for another person to do a stream, then steal their hard-earned work. Me personally, that's just me. I don't follow people. I rather do my own thing. Oh, it is not AI. People got clips, arms for making money. Okay. But I'm just saying that me personally, bro, my boss, like me personally, I would just rather do my own thing. I'm not bashing anybody from doing that. I do things different. Kings do things different. Alkevin do things different. But to each his own. You know the expression, to each their own.
Yeah.
To each his own. True. So King, so like what I know we have a Club Girl game come. There's a Club World Cup match playing today. You want to give us your quick opinions on it real quick?
Oh yeah. You got PSG into Miami, and then later Flamengo Bayern.
Yeah, PSG gonna win that.
Yeah. I have PSG winning that easily. Into Miami haven't looked that good so far in the tournament.
That's true. Yes.
But if PSG don't take this game too serious, or they try and rotate or do some foolishness, then you never know. But if they take it seriously, use their best team possible, they can win this with ease. Flamengo versus Bayern is going to be a much closer game, because Bayern are very similar to us. Is that sometimes they don't take their chances. They lost to Benfica. That's why they got Flamengo and they're on that side of the group. And then Flamengo, they beat us. They've shown that they can compete as well. And I think for me, when it comes to South American teams, they're going to be very aggressive. They're going to be resilient in what they do.
I mean, they prove it so far. Don't underestimate them in this tournament. They prove it. So yeah, they're not pushovers. They're not pushovers.
Yeah, and even in the Palmeiras Botafogo game, both teams were very difficult to defeat. It took till extra time for one of them to win. So it shows the levels that they have. They're very aggressive, very strong in the tackle. They're gonna get into your head as well. That's what they're gonna probably try to do.
That's why European clubs go in the South American market, because the South American market have gems. They have talent.
Yeah. There's a lot of gems there. A couple of the Botafogo players are going Forest. Obviously you've got Esteval going Chelsea. You've got a couple of it. Like Rios is a player that was linked to United, and others as well. And then with Flamengo as well, they got some talent over there. So it'll be that game will be more interesting than the PSG into Miami game for me. But we'll see. You never know. Messi may do something crazy. Am I not a football fan if I don't follow? If your team's not in the Club World Cup, then it is what it is.
It is what it is. You could just watch it just to watch it, bro. You feel me? Like I watch maybe like 2 to 3 games out of it. You feel me? And I'll catch the highlights or whatever. So Lumen, it doesn't matter, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You probably just waiting for the preseason to start, just like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, Lumen. Anybody saying you're not a proper fan because your club is not in a tournament, bro? That's bollocks.
Well, if you're not watching it,
or if you're not watching it, put it in the bin.
I would say this: when it comes to football and fandom, and any level of fandom, there's levels to it, right? There are people that watch every game, any time in the world. They'll watch any league, everything. There's people that will watch anything involving their club or anything involving European teams or anything involved with that. And then there's people who just watch their own team. There's some people that just watch their own team. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because there's
Mm-hmm.
some people that are just a fan of one club. They're not a fan of
Yeah.
football. They're just a fan of
Mm-hmm.
one club. And that's cool. That doesn't make you any less of a person, less of a fan than anyone else if you love
Exactly.
watching your club.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm a United fan, but I love watching football. Period.
Yeah,
I don't watch freaking MLS because I think MLS is shit.
yeah,
I rather watch Liga over MLS any day of the week. Any day of the week. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I do believe after 2 to 3 to 5 years, CWC will be some levels as the WC.
World Cup. I don't think it will ever be that level because the World Cup is the best of the best of their of the each individual countries. So
Mm.
these are the best talents in the world.
That
In
that,
the club World Cup, you're not going to get all the best teams because they've made it so that it's two teams from each league.
mhm.
And in terms of the European leagues, once you go beyond the first four leagues and you go into the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the teams that you're gonna get in other parts of the world, they don't have the best of the best players. So it's never gonna be the same level, but it's gonna be a good enough level in which will be entertaining at least.
Bro, for me personally, I like the Euros more than this. The
Yeah,
Euro,
because
the
Euros
the Copa America. Bless
is
up yourself, Ray.
big up Ray. Not really into group stage of football club world. Yeah, no, it's fine. You know what I would say about the Club World Cup as well? This is the time period where football fans have a rest. Sometimes there's a thing as too much football for
Yeah,
some people. You
yeah.
need to step away from it. You know, go on holiday, relax, step away from the football because once you once you watch something too consistently over a time period, it becomes like a job. It becomes work. Then it doesn't feel as fun as it once was.
Mm-hmm.
So there's times where you just got to step away from the football, step away from it for a month or two, and this is probably the best time to step away because this tournament really is a money grab, and for the most part isn't going to be is taken seriously by certain teams, especially the South American ones, but for the most part isn't going to be something seen as a major in the future kind of thing. It's something to add onto your chest to say that you're the Club World Cup champion, you're the world champion of football clubs, but it's not the same level of hype you're gonna get from winning your individual league or winning your individual uh continents uh a Champions League tournament, especially for European fans. I would say that because they probably don't can see it as the same level. Over time, maybe it may get more prestigious as they continue this 32 game format because it's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is big when it's the first. When it's
No,
guaranteed the first of anything isn't seen as the same light as maybe 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line when it's done on a consistent basis.
bro, the fact that the FIFA president went to Inter Miami and invite them to the tournament. Only reason why that happened because Messi is there, bro, and
Yeah,
that generated more money for Inter Miami. So basically, Inter Miami is one of the richest clubs in MLS. And bro, I'm telling you, King, I tried to watch MLS, bro.
mm,
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, the relegation teams in the Premier League will butcher and chef up the teams in the MLS, bro.
yeah,
MLS teams are shit. I went to watch an MLS game, and I'm like, bro, what am I watching, bro? You feel me?
yeah, yeah.
What am I watching?
You
If
can tell,
relegation fodder, if I'm telling you, relegation fodder
you
could
can
do better
tell.
than that,
Can
oh come
tell. Yeah, the MLS teams haven't been that great. To be honest, I've been in terms of this tournament. I've been impressed with the South African team, Mamelodi Sundowns. I've been impressed with Monterrey. I've been really impressed with the South American teams so far in terms of outside of my scope of European teams.
yeah. Let me answer this. So Lumen, that gives them more time to train. And I don't want to hear shit from the manager, bro. I don't want to hear shit from the manager. You don't have enough time to train. Hey, we want to play one game, one game a game. We okay, okay, all right. It's bigger than the FA Cup and domestic, bro. Nah, bro. FA Cup is the oldest. To me, the FA Cup is the oldest tournament in the world. To me, maybe you know what I mean. But like I said, everybody in the chat have their own opinion. You know what I mean. But me, the FA Cup is the oldest tournament in football.
Can I ask about the bigger than the FA Cup?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, the club. This format of the Club World Cup is the first one, so it's gonna take 20, maybe 30 years before you view it in a different light. You can tell that it's not looked at as bigger than the FA Cup or a domestic cup for these teams because the FA Cup and these domestic cups that leads to teams getting a treble. That's what teams. That's the ultimate goal for most teams in most leagues is to win a treble. That's the ultimate, right? In England, it's the quad. No one's done the quad.
That's bragging rights. That's
Yeah.
forever going to be bragging rights. Once you win a treble, no matter how long as it's been, it will be forever bragging rights.
Yeah, but in terms of the Club World Cup, it will get bigger over time. It just needs a bit more. It needs to be in a country that is a bit smaller, maybe Middle East, maybe a Qatar or somewhere where you can just go to one place and watch the games in one area and be a much better viewing experience. Because at the moment, this one it hasn't been great, especially with the stoppages because of the rain and the weather adverse. So and also half the stadiums are empty as well, so you know that it's not on the same level. Because with FA Cup games, you're gonna get full stadiums, you're gonna get people wanting to watch the games. With this, you're not so much. So it needs to maybe decide a better place for it to be in its next venue because I feel like this tournament was and also they need to reduce the prices. They need to not take the mick when it comes to pricing because if you're telling people to go to one place to watch a World Cup style tournament for club football, it shouldn't be the same prices as World Cup because it's not the same level as of entertainment or players that you're going to see for the most part. I would say that.
So MLS never getting too popular standard in spite of money and top stars retiring there. Bro, me personally, I don't like no I don't like MLS because the pitch they play on is shit and players could get injured on the pitches. And these MLS teams they don't understand that. They don't understand that. Like I'm telling you, these pitches that they have is shit. They think wetting the pitch, you feel me, with a little fake grass is gonna help. No, players are going to get injured. You know what I mean? And as for your question, why? I feel like it's a retirement league. Like you said, Lumen, it's a retirement league. And then tell me how much players that play in the MLS and like any academy in the MLS go over to Europe like that. You don't really see a lot of young talent in America gets signed for lots of club like that. It's not really like that. It's a team in Europe sign these young talent, develop them when they decide when they develop they go over to the MLS or Saudi league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me personally, bro, I don't rate MLS. I really don't rate it.
Yeah, can I add to the MLS point?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, in terms of the research I've done in MLS, the biggest reason why it isn't improving is because one thing America has other sports that it's contending with. You got NFL, you got NBA. So the most talented of talented individuals are probably going to go to those sports. You got baseball, basketball, American football. The second thing is for football/soccer in America, it costs money to train and to actually be a part of these academies. Unless they make it a free thing or make it cheap or make it really affordable, they outprice a lot of people from actually wanting to go into football academies in America.
Exactly.
They need to have, because if you look at the people that enjoy football in America, they're probably the people, they're mostly probably from South America, from Central America, come into country and have that passion already from like Mexico, those places there. They can't afford to pay the exorbitant prices of being a part of an academy or being a part of a situation where you're training football week in week out in America when the costs are so high.
Exactly.
So they need a cheap alternative. They need to make it, in some cases, make it free, because you know how the best footballers come come from the gutter, come from the slums, come from the favelas, come from a level of hunger
Basically,
that
street
allows them to
ball.
be great. Yeah,
Street
and
ball.
yeah, and they need to focus. They need to focus on the university level game. They need to offer a lot more scholarships for some of these guys in football, and focus on the ground game. Focus on the grassroots, making grassroots more accessible, making it more viable, making it more of a fun thing because football slash soccer is played all across the country of America, but it's a
But
game that's played.
it's not as popular.
Yeah,
Because what they call football here is NFL, and I don't like NFL. I when I see that, I'm like, yo, so these men are talking about rugby. Rugby. That's what King. That's what I call that shit. What they call football. I'm like, bro, that's rugby, bro.
yeah, I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it for what
No,
it is.
I'm not
Very
knocking
aggressive sport.
anybody that like it, bro. But me personally, uh, I'm good. So man, them.
It's acquired taste. It's a
Yep.
very tactical game.
Yeah, so man, them please sub to King's channel. We're trying to get him to 100 sub by next season. So spread the word, spread the word. Subscribe to the channel. I'm on my way to 900 subs. On my way to 900 subs, trying to get to at least 890 subs.
Mm.
Right? So man, them, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all, everybody that passed through, commented, like. Lumen, if you have any suggestions, man, feel free to drop them. Let's see what Ray's saying before I end the stream. American football is cool, just too much commercial facts.
Yeah.
I like MBL and NBA the most. Okay,
MLB or
MLB
base.
the most. Baseball, yes. So Lumen, if you still here, man, any suggestion, man, just drop it in the chat or leave a comment after the stream is done. And just know, Tuesday evening, people, 11 p.m. UK time, I will be on King's channel,
Yeah,
right? And Thursday, 11 p.m. UK time, he will be on my channel. And Wednesday, he's supposed to be doing a stream with AK4 Pete.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, Lumen, big up yourself, bro. You feel me? Big up yourself, Lumen, all right? Because at the end of the day, bro, you, man, in the chat, you guys are important. We appreciate your time that you take out of your busy schedule, even if it's for 5, 10, 15 minutes, and listen to us fans go on and on and on and on and on. And whatever we're right, we're wrong, we share our opinions in the chat, and I respect that. And Lumen, big up yourself, man. Great. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
big up
Bro.
Lumen.
Big up yourself, Lumen. Lumen, you know what's so crazy, bro? You know what? I don't know why I didn't do this shit sooner. Hold on. Hold on, Lumen. Let me do this shit now. Let me do it now, Lumen. Don't go nowhere yet. Don't go nowhere yet, Lumen. Where you at, Lumen? Hold up. Congratulations, bruv. You are a moderator. With great power comes great responsibility. You feel me?
Yeah,
Lumen, you are a moderator now. So the next time you type, you're going to have a wrench next to your name. So with great power comes great responsibility, bro. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, a lot of people feel like, yeah, bro, you're welcome, bro. Listen, Lumen, just trust me. I see you in a lot of people's chats, bro, and a lot of and you speak sense, bro. You feel me? And I appreciate you passing through. You know what I mean? And big up yourself. And most of the time, I do only subscriber mode on the stream. I didn't do it today, but you see, once I have only subscriber mode, and let's just say Lumen, anybody come in the stream and they talk anything disrespectful, you know what I mean? If I can't see it, you could put them on timeout and kick them out of the stream, right? Because in this community, we just want people that respect one another. We don't have time for the nonsense, bro. You get me? yeah, bro. So definitely. So no more banters for the no no. Well, bro, listen. You are a moderator. I'm not saying you can't banter. You feel me? But I'm just saying if I do a only subscriber mode, right? Let's just say somebody subscribe just to come in here chat shit or disrespect or whatever. Lumen, you kick them the hell out, bro. Put them on timeout, bro. If you get me. But no normal days and there are streams is too early. No, on normal days, I'm not there as streams are too. Yo, Lumen, listen, whenever you could drop in, bro. You feel me? Whenever you could drop in, bro. Because at the end of the day, your support is welcome. That's why I say me and King, we try to stream different time. Like today, this stream wasn't really planned. Like I reached out to him early. I said, yo, let's do this. You know what I mean? Blah 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 blah. So, like I said, you gonna see me and King stream more. And Lumen, you know you follow us on our socials, bro. You get the notifications bell. If you want to pass through just for 5 minutes, bro, pass through. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, bro, we appreciate man them in the chat. We appreciate the man them in the chat, man. And listen, all I'm saying is, yeah, at the end of the day, you man in the chat are important. We will try to reach out to people on other streams to support channels of art. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that because we're trying to get King to 100 subs. Once we get King to 100 subs, think the ball gonna start rolling for him. Me, I want to get to 1,000 subs, but my goal right now is to get to 900. I have 883. And Lumen, like I said, thank you for doing this. Thank you for spreading the word. And then on that note, people, I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to take a siesta because I have an early morning to start at work. And listen, I got home from work. I came home and I do a stream for an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. Sometimes I don't go to sleep because I'm dedicated to doing this. You feel me? King is dedicated to doing this. So Lumen, bless up, bruv. Bless up, bruv. Take care, bruv. And I'll see you on the next stream. You know what I mean? Everybody that's in the chat, laters.
Peace.
Peace.